Welcome everyone to the AAF Simulated on EA Sports, and today we've got another big Week 3 matchup for you right now, an AAF East matchup between the 1-1 Atlanta Legends and the 1-1 Birmingham Iron. This is going to be an intense battle between two teams that really, this game could define their season. Both these teams sitting at 1-1 as we welcome you to Atlanta, the first home game of the season for the Atlanta Legends, and this home crowd is ready to go. They are so excited to see their team get out there on the field, and this should be a really good game between two teams that have a lot to prove. Both of them have had up and down seasons. You got Birmingham, who opened up the season with a big win against Memphis at home, 26-19. Then they dropped a really tough loss at the Salt Lake Stallions. They were dominated pretty much that entire game, lost 28-14. Meanwhile, you got Atlanta. They opened the season getting blown out by Orlando, 30-9. But then against San Diego, they're down 20-9, and they just blow the thing open with a huge comeback and win that game 34-28. So both of these teams have had an up and down season, and it's going to be interesting to see how these teams fare today in really what should be a really good matchup. And honestly, I think this is going to be more of a defensive game. Both these teams have some excellent playmakers on both sides of the football, but especially defensively. It's going to be a great matchup. We are super excited to get this thing underway. Second half of Week 3 underway. Young-Hoo Koo sends it away. Back to receive is Quan Bray, and this is a very, very short kick. My goodness. Jamal Robinson who actually gets that one. So great starting field position for the Birmingham Iron, who start from the 32. And let's take a look at Luis Perez, the signal caller for this team. And honestly, he has not been having a good year. Through the first two games, 44-67, 578 yards, 4 touchdowns, but 5 interceptions. He's thrown 5 interceptions in just 2 games. Something that you really got to wonder about is Tim Lewis, the head coach of the Birmingham Iron. Will he eventually make the switch to Keith Price if this keeps up? Who knows? But 1st and 10 from the 32. Let's see what they can do. First play of the game. On the ground is Trent Richardson. He's got some room to run, and he'll take it up to the 35. Picks up 3 or 4 on the play. Thought he could have gotten more, but let's take a look at this offense. And these guys, they have a lot to prove. The offensive line has been playing all right this season. They definitely could be better. But you look at Trent Richardson. He's a guy that I'm surprised that has not gotten more production on the season so far. 29 carries, 121 yards, and a touchdown. So he's averaging over 4 yards a carry. But they got to get him more involved in these games. Take the pressure off of Luis Perez. But at the same time, wide receivers, there's a lot of talent there as well for the Iron. You got Wes Saxton, tight end, who's been phenomenal. He's got 3 touchdowns. See what they do. 2nd and 7 now from the 35. Perez will throw. He's got time. Going to the sidelines, and that is knocked away. Excellent play by Atlanta's defense, and now we're going to get a look at their defense. That was Tyson Graham, the safety. This line has been playing phenomenal. Last week, they really pressured Mike Bercovici of the San Diego Fleet, JT Jones, David Dean. We got Khalil Bass, Jeff Luke, Brandon Watts, some guys on the linebacker position that are making plays. Desmond Lawrence, Tyson Graham, Dorian Grant, Carlos Merritt. I'm naming all these guys because all these guys are playmakers. It's not like there really are any guys that, with the exception of Desmond Lawrence there in the secondary, there aren't really any guys that are better than the other. It's just a group of solid guys that know how to play good football, and it's going to be really interesting to see how these guys perform against a pretty solid Birmingham team. 3rd and 7 from the 35. Can they avoid going 3 and out to start this game? Perez fires it across the middle. It's complete. Big grab by LaDamian Washington, his big wide receiver. That's a pickup of 13 on the play and brings him up to the 48. So that is exactly what Birmingham needed to get things started here in this ball game. Look at this. Just a beautiful throw from Luis Perez. Finds his man just wide open there across the middle. It's an easy completion. And Atlanta really just blows the coverage there. Really no other way to put that one. They got to work on that for sure. 1st and 10 now from the 48. And we're having some CPU issues again as we did last game. Very close to midfield. Perez back to throw. He's pressured. Dumps it off to Trent Richardson underneath, who's got a little bit of room to run and brings it into Atlanta territory to the 49. So, decent play. Perez able to get out of that one. 2nd and 7 now from the 49. Birmingham, on their opening drives, both opening drives of their season, they've marched the ball down the field, and then Luis Perez has thrown an interception in the end zone. It was literally the same thing both times. So let's see if they can avoid turning the football over this time. 2nd and 7 now from the 49. Back to throw is Perez. He's got time. Fires it and is knocked away. Excellent defense. That's Khalil Bass in there to knock that one away along with Duran Grant. And another big 3rd and 7 coming up for these Iron. Tim Lewis, head coach of the Birmingham Iron, and he's, one of those guys that really looking to prove himself in this league as that first-time head coach. And he's the type of guy that he's got a very defensive. He wants his defense to be solid. He wants to play smash mouth football. That's what he said before, and that's what Birmingham has been doing so far. 3rd and 7 now. They're gonna go in the draw to Trent Richardson, and he's got enough for the first down to the 41. Big carry for Trent Richardson. Picks up a Birmingham Iron first down. And see, that's I like the play call there on 3rd and 7. You're really not expecting the running back to get on the draw. Look at the offensive line, able to make all of that room. Excellently done by the Iron. And Tim Lewis, we just said he loves smash mouth football. I think we're going to see a lot of it today from his Iron. This is a huge game. Both these teams 1-1. Both these teams looking to get an advantage in the AAF East. You got to think Orlando right now is at the top of the division. Memphis is at the bottom. Whoever wins this can at least kind of solidify themselves in the number 2 position for now. 1st and 10. Perez back to throw with time. Going to the sidelines, and that is knocked away. Looking for Wes Saxton, his tight end. But that falls incomplete. This can bring up 2nd and 10 from the 41. Something to note, as we were just talking about, whoever wins this game will get a really nice advantage. You fall to 1-2, it's going to make it difficult. In Atlanta, I say this win is even bigger for them if they can come out with it, because they're already 0-1 in the conference. Meanwhile, Birmingham's 1-0. So if Atlanta falls to 0-2 in the conference, it can make it a little bit difficult for them to come back from that. 2nd and 10, Luis Perez under pressure. Trent Richardson on the screen, and he's got some room to run, takes it to 36. It's a gain of about 5 on the play, brings up 3rd and 5. So Birmingham moving the football well. Luis Perez making some good decisions there. Pressure, just able to dump it off, and that was a design screen. And we definitely want to see Birmingham run that. With a guy like Trent Richardson, those sorts of plays are what's going to get you some chunk yardage. 3rd and 5, another big 3rd down. Birmingham's been solid so far. What can they do? Atlanta brings a blitz. Going deep, and that was almost picked off. Nearly intercepted. And Atlanta stops them on 3rd down, but should have come away at the turnover. And I think that's the defensive lineman, JT Jones, who backs out into coverage and almost makes that play. It's not JT Jones. I'm not exactly sure who that was. 4th and 5 from the 36. What is Tim Lewis going to do? Nick Novak has not been a very good kicker, but he's going to try the 53-yarder. He struggled throughout the season on kicks, especially over 50 yards. Can he knock it through? The kick is on its way, and it's no good. He missed it and had the distance, but he pulls it right. So Atlanta takes over. And again, this is something that Novak has struggled with this season. He has not been accurate with his kicks, and yeah, that one just sails right. Not able to knock it through. So Atlanta takes over at the 43, and we're going to get a look at Aaron Murray, the signal caller, and he had one heck of a week last week. Threw for 4 touchdowns and really led that comeback against San Diego to get Atlanta a big win. His stats on the season, 36 of 55, 498 yards, and 5 touchdowns. QB rating of 124. See what he does today. 1st and 10 from the 43. Off-play action. Murray with all day to throw. Got to get rid of it. Goes to the outside, and it's intercepted! Picked off by Birmingham. That's Bradley Actually, Jamar Summers, excuse me. Wow. So the first play of the game for Atlanta's offense, and Aaron Murray throws his first pick of the season. Definitely not the way Atlanta wanted to start that, especially after the Nick Novak miss. You get a huge opportunity midfield, and Murray, that's just not a throw he's supposed to make. Looking for Denard Robinson out of the backfield, but Summers, he's all over it. Murray just doesn't see him there. Summers able to come in and make a huge play, and Birmingham gets the ball right back. So here comes Luis Perez. Wow. Not the way Jen Welters wanted to start things off with her squad. Jen Welters is the head coach for the Atlanta Legends. During the AAF season, she was an assistant, but in our simulation, she is the head coach. 1st and 10 from the 49. Perez back to throw with all receivers spread wide. That's complete. Quick pass to Jamal Robinson. He goes to the 41. It's a nice pickup on 1st down. Brings up 2nd and 1 from the 41. And here's maybe a chance you take a deep shot right now. I mean, you got momentum. You get the interception. Nice 8 or 9 yard gain there on 1st down. Do you take a deep shot or do you just play it safe? hard to tell. Something that is worrying, though, for Birmingham really is the kicking, and we'll get to that after this play. 2nd and 1 from the 41. See what Tim Lewis decides to call. Perez will throw. Checks it outside. That's caught. That's Robinson again, and it's a first down for the Birmingham Iron to the 36-yard line of Atlanta. But Nick Novak, he was 2 for 3 in week 1. And then in week 2, he was 0 for 1. So he's missed 2 field goals on the season. And now, if you tally all that up after that miss, he's 2 for 5 on the season. He's missing over half of his field goals. Granted, 2 of those have been over 50 yards, but still, you've got those are, and that's a false start. That was a blatant false start. Tim Lewis not happy with that. Pushes him back to the 41. Stuff like that. Shoots Birmingham shooting themselves in the foot. They did it last week. They've got to avoid doing that today. That's a bad penalty to have. 1st and 15 now from the 41. Atlanta brings a ton of pressure. Whips it across the middle. It's complete. LaDamian Washington down to the 30. Big reception for the big wide receiver. Brings up 2nd and 4. That's a pickup of 11. They get a lot of that yardage back and more. Washington making an impact early on in this game. Hit the halfway point here in the first quarter. Decent amount of action, and Birmingham's offenses look pretty dang good. It's just a matter of, can they actually get the ball into close enough field goal range for Nick Novak to hit it. 2nd and 4 now from the 30. Off-play action, Perez to throw with time. Goes deep to on the sidelines. Got a man wide open, is complete. Quan Bray on the reception at the 15. So Birmingham takes a trip to the red zone. Let's see what they can do. It's a nice reception from Bray and a great read from Luis Perez. Seeing where his man is. And how about the offensive line? Giving Perez so much time to go through his progressions and then find Bray. It's a beautiful play. Well designed by Tim Lewis. And Birmingham executes it to perfection. 1st and 10 now from the 15. First trip to the red zone for Birmingham of the day. Let's see if they can come away with some points. Perez takes the snap. Back to throw. Rifles it across the middle. It's complete. And just short of the end zone is Quentin Patton. All the way down to the 1. Big play for the Iron again on consecutive plays. Sets up 1st and goal at the 1. And look at this. This is the Luis Perez that we need to see more often. He is finding his guys wide open. He's not forcing throws into spaces that he shouldn't be putting them. Looks a lot more like he did in week 1. Granted, he threw 3 interceptions in week 1. But he did look pretty good that game outside of those picks. Last week, he really struggled until the end of that ball game. 1st and goal from the 1. Birmingham has got to cash in on this. 4 wide receivers set. I wonder if they're going to go through the air or give it to Trent Richardson here. They'll go to Richardson. Wide open. Touchdown, Birmingham. Trent Richardson gets his second TD of the season. And Birmingham strikes first here in Atlanta. Just a great execution right there. Look at the offensive line. I mean, not even a chance. There's no penetration at all from Atlanta. And see, that's exactly the type of play that you want to run. You put all your receivers spread wide, which makes the cornerbacks, they can't really come in at all. Because they're like, are they going to throw it? And it just allows the offensive line to dominate up front. Phenomenal job. And now 2-point conversion. Let's see if Birmingham can extend their lead even more. I love seeing these. Back to throw is Perez. With time, he's got to get rid of it, and he's going to be taken down from behind. Sacked for a big loss by David Dean. So Atlanta holds them on the 2-point conversion. Something that we've seen a lot on these 2-point conversions, pretty much across the board from almost any team. These quarterbacks hang on to the football way too long. It's kind of annoying watching Madden do this, but it is what it is. Big drive, though, from Birmingham. They take a 6-0 lead. It's exactly what they needed, especially off the turnover. You always want to cash in on those, especially with the touchdown. There's a big drive. Big touchdown, Trent Richardson, and now we'll see if Jen Welter and her Atlanta Legends can strike back. Aaron Murray, 0 for 1 with an interception on the day so far, and that was Atlanta's only offensive play. And again, after the missed field goal, that was a big missed opportunity from Atlanta that resulted in points for the Iron. We'll see what they can do on their second drive. Remember, Atlanta, though, you never can count them out of it. Last week, down 20-9 against San Diego in the third quarter, and they put up 25 unanswered points, went on to win that game 34-28. So here in the first quarter, this game is far from over. Denard Robinson back in the end zone, but Novak kicks it out First inning coming up from the 25 for the Atlanta Legends, and let's see how Aaron Murray can bounce back. I mean, this is a guy that has been pretty solid throughout the season. Played a good week 1. I mean, that loss, even though they lost 30-9 to Orlando, that wasn't entirely on him. They just didn't have things go their way, especially defensively. And then week 2, he threw for 4 touchdowns and a big comeback win. Let's see what he can do. Big blitz from Birmingham, and that's caught. Pickup of about 5 on the play. So it was wide receiver Irvin Phillips. Brings up 2nd and 5 now from the 30. Quick little out route, works well. That's the type of stuff that Atlanta should be dialing up right now to try to get Aaron Murray back into things. And a big piece of this offense is going to be if Denard Robinson can get things going on the ground. Through 2 weeks, he has not done too well. High snap. Robinson takes it, and there's a big hole. All the way past the 40 to the 45. Denard Robinson picks up 15 yards on his first carry, and that's exactly what we just talked about. Atlanta's offense is going to need Denard Robinson to be on point, and we'll see what he can do. And how about the concentration from Aaron Murray there? The high snap, able to reel it down and make something happen. Denard Robinson had 11 carries, 34 yards in week 2. In week 1, 13 carries, 27. So not much on the ground. That's his biggest run of the entire season right there. Let's see if they can build off of that offensively. They go back to Robinson, who's got another big hole. Denard Robinson breaking loose and all the way to Birmingham's 40. He's got more yards on 2 carries than he did in the entire week 1 matchup against Orlando. And it's funny, this is literally what we just talked about. Atlanta needed to get this run game going if they wanted to have a bigger chance at winning this game. They're already into Birmingham territory. They're on 2 carries that go for 30 yards. 1st and 10 now from the 40. See what Jen Welder dials up. And Murray with a quick throw, and it's incomplete. Interesting play call there. Murray just a little bit too quick with getting rid of that football. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10 now from the 40. Kind of was expecting them to keep it on the ground. Let's see if they go back to the ground game here on 2nd and 10. Yeah, this is such a big game for both of these teams. It's going to be really exciting watching what ultimately happens in this ball game. 2nd and 10 from the 40. In motion is Monte Crockett. Doesn't get it. Aaron Murray takes it himself, trying to bounce to the outside. He goes nowhere. Loses a yard, in fact. Big tackle up front. The Shaheed Salmon pushes him back, and now it's 3rd and 11 coming up from the 41. And, you know, I know Atlanta is trying to do things to mix things up, but those are 2 bad play calls. You do the weird play action where Murray just gets rid of the football too quickly, and then I don't know why you'd let Aaron Murray try to take it himself on a QB sneak. It's just not the time to call that. Give the ball to Denard Robinson. Let him pick up a few yards and make it a manageable 3rd down. Now you're 3rd and 11 outside at field goal range still. Let's see what Aaron Murray can do, though. He's got a lot of talent, as we've seen in the first 2 weeks. He's got time, and big blitz from Birmingham. Whips it across the middle, and he misses his man. Monte Crockett was wide open for a 1st down. But Murray unable to make it happen. It's going to bring up 4th and 11 from the 41, and you'd probably expect to see the Legends punt it away here. And that's just tough. Murray simply misses his target. Not the way the Legends wanted to start this game with 2 drives that ended in no points. And this looked like a good drive, and like we said, they went away from that run game there on those final 3 downs. It came back to bite them. So Cameron and Nizelek now on to punt it away for the Legends. See if he can pin it. My goodness, this punt is shanked. Down to the 37. That punt goes for 4 yards. Cameron Nizelek completely shanks this punt and gives Birmingham phenomenal field position. I don't know what in the world happened there, but that just came off his foot completely wrong. Instead of punting it forward, he just kicked it straight up in the air. And everything's going Birmingham's way right now. 1st and 10 now from their own 37. Perez back to throw. Quick pass, and it's picked off! Intercepted by Atlanta with room to run. I don't think anyone's going to catch him. Down the sidelines. Touchdown Legends! Duran Grant with a pick 6. And just like that, it's a tie game. Wow. And Perez just did not see him coming at all, looking for Quentin Patton there on the out route, and that's just easy pickings. Luis Perez, that's his 6th interception of this season. Look at this play by Duran Grant. You know, Atlanta really needed to step up and make a play on defense, and that's exactly what they did. 2-point conversion now, and just like that, Atlanta can have the lead. Football is a crazy sport. On the ground is Robinson, and he's in. Atlanta's got the 2-point conversion, and they take an 8-6 lead here in the final seconds of the first quarter. Absolutely wild. And after the way Birmingham has dominated that first quarter, they completely dominated that first quarter, and yet they're losing going into the second. Not what you want to see if you're Tim Lewis, but is exactly what you want to see if you're Duran Grant and the Atlanta Legends. 8-6 lead here in a pretty big deciding game. Of course, it's only week 3, but it's these early games that really define how the season goes for these teams. And what's defined Luis Perez so far has been interceptions. 6 picks in just 3 games. Not even 3 games. Young Uku sends it away. Looks like Robinson is going to get it once again. He'll take it to the 31. So, pretty good starting field position right now. That's actually Ty Isaac. 1st and 10 now. Let's see if Luis Perez can bounce back and march his team back down the field and reclaim the lead. Back to throw on 1st down. Down the sidelines. Got a man wide open as LaDamian Washington to 46, and he gets out of bounds. It's a good play to bounce back with. 15 yards. LaDamian Washington saw him in the first quarter a lot, and he's still making plays. And it also still is the first quarter. Just a nicely executed out route, corner route by LaDamian Washington, and Perez puts the throw on the money, and that's what he's got to do. He's got, see, it's a funny thing, we almost kind of jinxed Perez, because on the last drive we were like, he's not forcing throws where he shouldn't put them, and then he just did that with the pick 6. Probably not going to get this play off before the end of the first quarter. We'll see. And they will not. They let it run down, and that is the end of the first quarter here in Atlanta. The hometown Legends with an 8-6 lead after a huge 38-yard pick 6 from Duran Grant to put them on top after Birmingham really dominated that quarter. And let's see how the second quarter goes. Nice completion to start off the drive. Expect to see them give the ball to Trent Richardson right now. They've got to get their beastly back involved, and they won't. Big pressure. Caught by Trent Richardson in the backfield with a lot of room to run and blockers upfield. Richardson takes it into Atlanta territory down to the 39. And he has been having a big impact on this game so far. He's running the ball well when he gets it. He's been caught a couple screens and turned them into big yardage. That's the type of back that you want to see on your team. And Luis Perez is really utilizing Trent Richardson's skill set. It's also some good play calling from Tim Lewis. And look at the blockers getting upfield and just giving Richardson so much room to run. What you love to see offensively. 1st and 10 now from the 39. A lot of game left to play, and the Iron can get themselves right back into it here. Get in the field goal range. They can take the lead. Off play action. Perez rolling out. Fires it deep, and it's got a man wide open as LaDamian Washington. All the way down to the 16. So just like that, Birmingham is back inside the red zone. See, this is the funny thing about Luis Perez is how inconsistent he's been this season. You know, he makes a beautiful throw, and then he throws a pick, and then he comes back and makes a few great throws, then throws another pick. You just got to weed out those mistakes, weed out those turnovers, and he can be one of the best QBs in this league. Big completion to LaDamian Washington that sets up the Iron nicely at the 16, ready to strike right back. 1st and 10 from the 16. On the ground is Richardson with room to run. Barreling through defenders and inside the 5 to the 4. Big gain in the play for Richardson. Sets up 1st and goal at the 4. 4 carries, 23 yards and a touchdown for Richardson. That's what the type of stuff that you want to see from him early on in the ball game. Look at this. Look at the hold the offensive line gives him. Birmingham, they played pretty solid when it comes to the run, but this is definitely their best start with the run game to a game yet. 1st and goal now from the 4. Let's see what the play call is from Tim Lewis. Trying to get his team in the end zone. From the looks of it, Trent Richardson getting the football, and why not? He's your best playmaker on offense. Probably should get it here. They give it to the fullback, Ty Isaac. And he goes nowhere. Maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage. And how about that play? That's David Dean in there. The instant penetration along with Tracy Sprinkle. Big play from the Legends up defensive front. Brings up 2nd and goal now from the 4 for the Iron. Iron in the same formation. Let's see what they decide to do this time. And off play action. Perez looking to throw. Wide open man. The end zone was caught. Touchdown, Birmingham. That's Colin Thompson, the tight end. Birmingham reclaims the lead, and that's a big-time score. And really just a big-time throw from Luis Perez, finding Thompson wide open there in the end zone. This is exactly what the Iron needed to do to get momentum back. And honestly, this is exactly what Luis Perez needed to try to get himself back on track. After throwing the pick 6 that gave Atlanta the lead, watch your team right back down and score a touchdown. And throw a touchdown. Big drive from Birmingham, and Tim Lewis loves it. Colin Thompson on for the 2-point conversion. Big 2-point conversion. They missed it on the first try. Let's see what they can do here on their second 2-point attempt of the game. Make it a 6-point game. Perez back to throw. Lets it go, and it is dropped. Looking in the direction of Quan Bray, unable to haul it in. So it's a 12-8 game, but a big score from the Iron to get themselves back on top. 6 plays, 69 yards. And look at Perez on that drive. 456 yards and a touchdown. And this is what we're talking about, the inconsistency that we've seen in Perez. Man, he's just got to become consistent. And it's not a bad throw there. Quan Bray makes a good effort at it. It's a good play by Atlanta's defense to knock it away. Make this a 4-point game. So now Atlanta's offense is going to get it back. And the funny thing is that they have the lead, but their offense doing next to nothing this entire ball game. Well, they had the lead, and now, of course, Birmingham got it back. But the big defensive play from Duran Grant, and now let's see if the offense try to get themselves into a rhythm, because they have not been in a rhythm almost the entire game outside of those couple nice runs from Denard Robinson. Novak kicks it away, and we're having a lot of wind right now, which is really impacting these kickoffs, depending on the direction that you're kicking. Lawrence Pittman takes it to 33, and that's where Birmingham will start with the football. Throwing 33, down 12-8. And again, this offense really hasn't done anything. It's just a pick 6 that's got them points on the board. Aaron Murray threw the interception on the first drive. First play of the game, actually, for their offense. Let's see how he can bounce back on this drive and try to get his team back in scoring position. On the ground, it's Robinson trying to make something happen, and Birmingham is all over that one. Maybe picks up a yard. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd and 10 now from the 34. Second and 10 coming up from the 34. Let's see what Jen Walter wants to call offensively to try to get Murray into some sort of rhythm. Throwing the football, he hasn't really done much this entire game. I think he's like 1 for 4 with 5 yards and a pick. In motion is Crockett, and he's not going to get it. They try to go with Murray, and again to the outside, it's Aaron Murray. Down the sidelines. Wow. All the way to Birmingham's 43, and how about that? We saw him do it last week, and he does it again this week, and I think it's just one of those things where Murray is just the type of guy that you're not expecting to be successful on a play like that. How about that? Big run, and Birmingham's defense was completely fooled. Big play from Murray. Now let's see if he can start doing it through the air. Took a big shot from Elijah Campbell on the end of that play. 1st and 10 from the 43. Atlanta back in business. In motion again is Crockett. Is they going to run the same play? No, this time it's Denard Robinson that gets it. Stopped at the 43 right away. So last couple of carries for Robinson haven't gone anywhere. Something we noticed in the first 3 weeks. They're continuing to do it today. The offense loves to do that Monte Crockett in motion. And it's either Crockett gets it, Denard Robinson gets it, Murray takes it himself, or it's a play action to both of them and he throws it. So it's just one of those plays that can really, really fool a defense. And it's working decently well so far. Again, here he comes. And he's not going to get Murray, does. And he lost the football. Picked up by Atlanta, down at the 34. Well, that's a lucky bounce for them. Brings up 3rd and 1. The offensive lineman is able to fall on it. And the Legends, almost their second turnover of the game, would have been Aaron Murray's second turnover of the game. He's stripped there by Benequez Brown. Sloppy football right now. And yeah, Murray, Atlanta has been running this play a lot. 3rd and 1 from the 34. Can the Legends pick up a big first down, or will Birmingham hold them almost in a position to make a turnover right there? On the ground, and Robinson goes nowhere. How about the play by Joe Powell in the backfield? That's a loss of 4, and it pushes him back to the 38. Joe Powell, the linebacker, gets right in there and makes a huge play. Completely unblocked. Comes in on the blitz, and miscommunication there on the offensive line leads to a big-time tackle for loss, and Tim Lewis loves it. He loves his defense, and see what they decide to do. They're going to send out Younghoe Koo. 55-yard field goal attempt. He does have the wind in his favor here. Can he make it happen? The kick is on its way, and it is good. Actually, no, he missed it. That Madden angle fools me every time. And Koo, did he miss it left? Did, just barely. And so we've got Nick Novak, who missed the 53-yarder just right, and now Koo misses the 55-yarder just left. And Luis Perez, that last drive, 4 for 4, over 50 yards and a touchdown. See how he can bounce back, and that's a missed field goal now. A great opportunity for the Iron to extend their lead here before halftime. Atlanta's offense still with no points. Back to throw is Perez. Got time. Rifles it. That's Jamal Robinson on the reception to the 50. Say what you want about Luis Perez. He's turned over the football 6 times, but he's also been throwing the ball down the field quite a bit. He's got a gun. He can sling this football. Just a matter of, can he sling it to the right guy? It's going to bring up 2nd and 4 now from the 50. Plenty of time for the Iron here. I mean, they can pretty much just run down this clock and score. If they can get a touchdown, they can go up by 2 scores before half. Perez back to throw on 2nd and 4. That's complete. Quinton Patton down the sidelines with room to run and blockers, and just taken down by Desmond Lawrence, but not before he takes it inside the red zone to the 19. And this is the effectiveness of Birmingham's offense. When you get everyone running, just running the same machine. Look at this. It's just beautiful. Just a simple little shallow cross that picks up 31 yards. Atlanta's defense cannot let this keep happening, and we saw them struggle in week 1 a lot. We saw them week 2 make some improvements, but San Diego still offensively played pretty well. Here, with the exception of that pick 6, Birmingham's moving the football pretty dang well, and once again in scoring position. We'll see if Atlanta's defense can step up and make something happen, but right now, things looking pretty good for the Birmingham Iron. Perez will throw again. And that's dropped incomplete. That's Quan Bray, who was dropped the 2-point conversion earlier. That one just right through his hands. It's on the numbers. 2nd and 10 coming up from the 19. The interesting thing is how Birmingham's offense they've thrown a lot more than they run, which is a little bit in contrast to how they play with Trent Richardson, so I'm surprised that they're not running the football more. Back to throw again is Perez. End zone shot, and it's caught just out of bounds at the 2. Jamal Robinson with a huge reception. Birmingham, they are doing it here in Atlanta today. Look at this throw, just beautifully done over the defender. Back shoulder for Robinson, who makes a heck of a catch. Look at this. You can't dial up any better than that. And he just can't keep momentum before it goes out of bounds. 1st and goal now from the 2. 2 trips to the red zone, 2 touchdowns. Can they make it 3 trips? 3 touchdowns. We'll see. Their last score came off play action. First score came off a run. What are they going to do? It's a pitch to Richardson. Got blocking, and it's an easy walk-in for the second touchdown of the day for Richardson. And Birmingham's offense is a well-oiled machine today. 18 points here in the first half. 3 touchdowns. It just perfectly executed the block right there. I think that the fullback, Ty Isaac, coming out and making a huge block on Carlos Merritt. And that is Birmingham football. The Iron, 18-8 lead here on the road. Big divisional matchup. And they're looking really solid on all fronts. Offensively, defensively. And now a big 2-point conversion. Can they make it this a 12-point game? They go to Richardson, and he is in. They were 0 for 2 on their first 2 attempts. To finally get the 2-point conversion. And the Iron with a 20-8 lead over the Legends. Can't get too cocky. Remember, San Diego was up 20-9 back in week 2, but still, how about Trent Richardson getting it done on the ground with 2 touchdowns already, and also through the air, a couple of those screens that have really set them up nicely for scores. Atlanta's got to find a way to get it together here. 2.5 minutes. Their offense has not scored a point this entire game, but it only is a 2-score game. You score here, you get the ball for half. It's a whole different ball game. Another short kick, and again, due to the wind. On the return, Robinson takes the pass at 35 to the 36, so great starting field position. What can Atlanta make of it? Actually, that was Irvin Phillips. I keep mixing up the return men because it's all over the place with this wind. Aaron Murray has not played a very good game so far. He's missed guys. He threw the interception. Let's see how he can bounce back. And again, Atlanta's offensively, they've been outscored 20-0. So they've got to find a way to score some points pretty quickly. 2.5 minutes to go in this first half. Off-play action, Murray, quick pass, and it is blown up immediately. That's Elijah Campbell. The safety reading that one all the way, and Aaron Murray only has 7 yards through the air. And it's just a testament to how well this Iron defense has been playing. Aaron Murray's been shut down, missed opportunities. Just has not been a good day for Atlanta's offense, and you got to find a way to put it together here. As he hit the 2-minute warning, 20 points for the Iron, only 8 for the hometown Atlanta Legends. Both these teams 1-1. Both these teams battling to get an advantage in the AAF East. And again, this is just such a big matchup. Especially when you just consider the implications of dropping to either 1-1 or 1-2 or 2-1. Excuse me, there, fumbling over my own words. 2nd and 8 now from the 37. Back to throw is Murray. Blitz from Birmingham. He's gonna air it out deep down the field. He's got a man, and it is caught by Irvin Phillips inside the 10 to the 3. Wow. There's the big play the Legends needed. Look at this throw from Aaron Murray, an absolute dime, and Irvin Phillips gets separation. That was just what you call dropping it in the bucket. A floater that's perfectly placed. Very rarely do you see a quarterback float a football like that and drop it in the bucket. What a throw. And now 1st and goal set up from the 3. Atlanta can get themselves right back in this ball game. It just seems like week after week, Atlanta just finds a way to come back. I mean, at least between weeks 2 and 3. Let's see what they can do here. 1st and goal from the 3. Motions Robinson out of the backfield. Back to throw is Murray. Got Robinson, is caught, makes a move, but Birmingham is there to close it up. Brings up 2nd and goal from the 4. So with Atlanta playing at Arizona in week 4, Arizona's 1-2. They've struggled this season. That could definitely be a win. And if they win this game, they could be 3-1. Meanwhile, Birmingham hosts San Antonio, who is definitely one of the better teams in the league. So definitely, if you're Birmingham, you really want to come away with this win because both these teams might be 2-2 after week 4. Of course, we really can't make any speculations. All these games can go either way, but generally speaking, Birmingham probably needs this win a little bit more. Looking at week 4. 2nd and goal. Murray back to throw again. All day. Gets rid of it. That's Monte Crockett, but he's blown up. Actually, that's Buck Howard, excuse me. And Atlanta has to blow a timeout. So 3rd and goal. Can Birmingham make a huge stop here? See what the play call is from Welter. Under a minute here in this first half. seen a lot of offense. We've seen a lot of defense. It's been a good first half of football here in this week 3 matchup of the AAF Simulated. Third and goal. Big play. Back to throw with Murray. To the end zone. It is caught for the touchdown. Irvin Phillips. And Atlanta is finally able to score offensively here before the half. Aaron Murray finds the end zone for the 6th time this season. What a play. It's exactly what the Legends needed. Quick throw across the middle on 3rd and goal, and that sort of play is going to work almost every time. Just a nicely executed play by Atlanta, making sure that the linebackers are kind of brought in before he made that throw. 20-14, now let's see if they can convert on their second 2-point attempt of the day to make this a 4-point game. On the ground, Robinson is going to walk right in, and guess he dove as well. 20-16. So Atlanta gets themselves right back into this ball game with a quick drive that spans about a minute and a half, minute and 39 seconds, and it all goes back to that huge play, that 58-yard bomb to Irvin Phillips that set them up for a touchdown to Irvin Phillips. Phillips having himself a heck of a day. Youngwoo Koo sends it away. Back to receive is Quan Bray, but it goes out of the end zone. So, man, this has been a back and forth battle between these two teams that are really giving it their all here. And let's take a quick look right now at some highlights from Trent Richardson, who has 2 touchdowns on the day. Also a 2-point conversion. That was successful. Now, first 7-25, he got 3 timeouts. So a little bit of time for Birmingham to do something. Granted, they probably won't be able to do much thanks to Madden Simulation. Back to throw is Perez, and, well, he's going to go absolutely nowhere. Hangs onto it way too long. Tracy Sprinkle gets home for the Legend sack. It's going to bring up 2nd and 20, so Birmingham probably just going to let this clock run out. And look, this is exactly what we had just said. You know, Atlanta, if they can get a score before half, now they get it for half, and just like that, they can take a lead after Birmingham has dominated most of this ball game outside of the pick 6. So the Legends just finding ways to get things done. 2nd and 20 now from the 15 as time continues to tick here in the first half. Probably just expect to see Trent Richardson get the carry here. Call it a day. Well, not a day, but a half. It is Richardson, and he'll be taken down right away, and now Atlanta wastes the timeout for absolutely no reason. Brings up 3rd and 18. 3rd and 19. Yeah, 3rd and 19. From the 16. So one more play for the Iron to do nothing, and then we go to half. Don't you love Madden simulations when they're stupid with time management? I love it. Anyways. Yeah, Perez is going to kneel, which actually means that Atlanta's going to call another timeout, and we're going to have to see a punt for absolutely no reason as well. How lovely. Literally nothing can really happen unless the Legends have a punt return for a touchdown. I guess it's worth trying. We got a kickoff return for a touchdown back in week 2, and it happened against Birmingham. Brandon Oliver took it to the house. So maybe that's what they're thinking. I mean, they're not, but you get what I mean. Colton Schmidt to punt it away for the first time today. Kind of an unnecessary punt. He'll boot it away. Back to receivers Denard Robinson and calls for a fair catch. Oh, man. He's cracking me up. Anyways, what a first half it has been here in Atlanta. The hometown Legends trailing 20-16, but the Birmingham Iron, they had a great first half. Atlanta, they had a pretty solid first half as well. Able to pull it close there with that beautiful throw from Aaron Murray to Irvin Phillips. 20-16, it's been a great first half. And take this halftime to just let you all know that we have launched a merch store. Yes, the AAF Simulated has merch. If you guys want to support the channel, just feel like getting a cool t-shirt or hoodie or something like that, we got some more designs on the way. So make sure you go check that out. Yeah. Pretty cool. Welcome you back to Atlanta. The Legends down by 4, but they're getting the ball for half. And this game has completely turned around Birmingham has played a great game offensively with the exception of that pick six, but and really their defense has been playing great as well. Atlanta got 8 points off of that pick six. Otherwise, it would be a 20-8 game, and that's the type of stuff that really hurts Birmingham, especially Luis Perez. He's got to stop making those throws. He's got to find a way to just weed out those interceptions and those turnovers. But Atlanta got the ball here for the second half, and what should be half that's just as exciting as the first. And so far, the last two games we had 15-9. Salt Lake beats Arizona, and then Orlando had the crazy win, 18-17. But this first half has already outscored both of those games, 20-16. Nick Novak, he'll boot it away. Back to receive Denard Robinson, and he'll take it from inside his 20 with room to run. Take it to about the 31, and that's where Atlanta sets up shop. And Aaron Murray coming off the huge touchdown drive, which really pretty much all of that came from the 58-yard dime to Irvin Phillips. 1st and 10, coming up from the 31. Let's see what the play call is from Walter to get this team into a rhythm here in the second half. I mean, they got all the momentum there going into the half, so let's see if they can use that momentum to propel themselves to take the lead. 1st and 10 from the 31. On the draw to Robinson with a big hole. Denard Robinson to the 38. Nice game on the play, and Robinson having himself a pretty nice day so far on the ground. Only 6 carries, but 33 yards. This game has just been a solid game all around so far from Denard Robinson. Making things happen, got the 2-point conversion as well. Brings up 2nd and 3 now from the 38. Atlanta down 4. But starting to make a comeback just as they did in week 2. On the ground again is Robinson with a big hole again. 1st down. All the way to midfield to the 49. And as we said, Denard Robinson is having a phenomenal day. 44 yards on just 7 carries. And he has a 2-point conversion. So Atlanta really starting to put themselves in a position to take the lead if they can keep this drive moving in a good direction. 2 of their 3 drives that have been good this drive have been because of Denard Robinson. So see if they stay on the ground or if they want to see Aaron Murray start throwing again. 1st and 10 from their own 49. Back to throw is Murray. With time, checks it out. That's caught. Quick pass. Monte Crockett finally gets a catch in the day. 2nd and 6 coming up from the 47. Crockett, one of their leading receivers in almost every category, but he's been shut down today so far. Only 1 catch on the day for 4 yards. Meanwhile, in the season, he's got 12 catches, 160 yards, and 2 touchdowns. 2nd and 6 now from the 47. Low snap. Murray gives it to Robinson, who's got a hole and gets really close to a first. Thought they were going to give it to him, but it's going to bring up 3rd and 1 now from the 42. Massive 3rd down right now for Atlanta. They have been rolling pretty nicely on this drive. But you think if Birmingham's defense can somehow find a way to come up with a stop, Atlanta's going to have to punt. 3rd and 1. See what the Legends can do. Motions Justin Thomas, who gets the direct snap and gets the 1st down. Beautiful play call from Atlanta. And they move the chains, get inside the Irons' 40-yard line to the 38. Justin Thomas, that's his first play of the game where he got the football. And he makes something happen. Just phenomenal execution. Once again, with this Atlanta offense that is really starting to get into a rhythm, get into a groove. And now we'll see if Birmingham, can their defense start making stops again? Because they shut down Atlanta for most of that first half. And since then, they have not looked too good on defense. Murray motions Robinson out of the backfield. They screen it out to him, and that is blown up. There's the defense. Great tackle made by Jamar Summers, who had the interception earlier in that first half. And he snuffed that one out right there. It's going to bring up 2nd and 12 from the 40. Try to do that nice little bubble screen to Robinson, but it goes absolutely nowhere. Jamar Summers all over that one. Big play from the Iron defense, and let's see if they can keep it up. Again, lots of implications coming from this game whoever the winner and loser is. So both these teams playing with a lot of heart. Monte Crockett in motion. Doesn't get it. Murray will take it himself, and that play this time doesn't work. It worked really nicely on a couple attempts ago. But I think Birmingham's starting to kind of catch on. 3rd and 9 from the 37. Another huge third down. They let Younghoe Koo try the 55-yarder earlier on in the game. He missed it. Right now, this would be a 54-yarder. Can they at least pick up a few yards and get him closer in the field goal range to make this a 1-point game? 3rd and 9. Back to throw is Murray. All day to throw, and now pressured, and Key's going to go down. Sacked for an 8-yard loss as Casey Sales. Huge play from the Iron defensive line, and that's going to push him all the way back out of field goal range. And that is not what you want to see from Atlanta. Aaron Murray holds on to this football for an eternity, and it does not pay off. Casey Sales able to break through and make the play. Huge sack. First sack of the day for the Iron. And looks like Cameron Nizelek's going to have to punt it away. And remember, Nizelek, his first punt was completely shanked. And Younghoe Koo's going to try a 62-yard field goal. What in the world? This is nuts. The kick is on its way. And he hit it! Younghoe Koo hits a 62-yard field goal. That is the longest field goal of the season. Wow. By an eyelash. That is simply unbelievable. Granted, he had the wind at his back, so that certainly helped. But to accurately kick the football from 62 yards out, wow. So Welters, he trusted the kicker after he missed the 54-yarder. 20-19. Atlanta's able to come away with the points after all. It's a 1-point game. Birmingham clinging to this lead that they haven't gotten the football since they had a 20-8 lead. Atlanta got the touchdown before the half, the 2-point conversion, and now 3 more. Just like that, 11-point run from Atlanta. Can Birmingham do something offensively to stop themselves from turning into San Diego version 2? 1st and 10 from the 25 coming up. Kick goes out of the end zone. And Luis Perez, 15-21, 188 yards, touchdown and a pick. You know, not bad stats. The problem is that interception was a pick 6. Without that, it's a 20-11 ball game. So those are the things that really impact games. Perez back to throw on 1st down with time. Checks it down. It's complete. Trent Richardson gets it to the 30. It's a gain of 5 on the play. 2nd and 5. Good job by Perez there, recognizing the pressure and getting rid of the football. Those sorts of plays, you know, a lot of people are like, it's just a boring check down, but it's those sorts of plays that win you games. When you don't take sacks, when you don't try to force the football into a bad spot, take the simple check down. 5-yard gain, and now you're set up nicely at 2nd and 5. On play action, Perez is going to get absolutely lit up. Blindsided completely by JT Jones. And that is a massive play that Atlanta Legends defense needed to make. As going to set up 3rd and 12 for the Iron, who, man, they are really starting to blow this game completely. Atlanta down 20-9 in week 2. They came back, won that game. Down 20-8 in this game. They've made it 20-19, and now 3rd and 12 coming up for the Iron. And you think, I mean, this game is certainly in Atlanta's grasp right now. And with Arizona coming to town next week, well, actually, they're traveling to Arizona. If they win this game, they could be 3-1. Pretty easy by the end of week 4. 3rd and 12. Low snap. They give it to Trent Richardson, who's got a big hole, and Trent Richardson cuts upfield. Huge gain in the play. Still going to the 47. Unbelievable. On 3rd and 12, Richardson picks up the 1st down and a ton more. That's about 30 yards on the play. Look at the way he just burst through that hole, and there is no one home for Atlanta. A critical mistake by the Legends defense. And Trent Richardson is having himself a great performance today. 50 yards, 2 touchdowns. That was a big gain. 1st and 10 coming up from the 47. Let's see if that can get the Irons offense out of this funk. And Perez gonna take it himself, and Luis Perez, look at him go all the way to Atlanta's 40. And he's someone he hasn't really run much at all this season. Picks up 13 there, brings him to the 40. This Birmingham offense is finally starting to come alive again. And stuff like this that Tim Lewis loves to see. And it's these sorts of plays that he's got to continue to dial up for Birmingham. Keep Atlanta guessing, keep them on their toes, and ultimately march down, drive down the field, and score another touchdown. I mean, touchdown and 2-point conversion, you're back up by two scores. So, a lot can change very quickly in football. Perez back to throw with time. Gotta get rid of it. Gotta get rid of the football, and he is not. Slung down by Tracy Sprinkle for his 2nd sack of the day. It's a loss of 9. And just a terrible decision by Luis Perez to hang on to that football for so long. He's gotta get rid of it. Just throw it away. Do something. That offensive line gave him a ton of time. No one opened downfield, and surprised he wasn't able to just check it down to Trent Richardson there. It's a problem with Madden simulations, everybody. 2nd and 19 now from the 49, and it's going to make it all the more difficult for Birmingham to try to score on this drive, and a drive that really looked good. Perez takes a sack, and it's those sorts of mistakes that Perez needs to stop making. Interceptions, taking sacks, just struggling. See what he does. 2nd and 19. Quick pass, it's caught. That's Wes Saxton's first reception of the day. Their leading receiver coming into this game. On the season, he's got 193 yards and 3 touchdowns, but today, only 1 grab for about 4 yards. Big 3rd and 15 from the 45. If they don't have another miraculous long 3rd down conversion here, they're going to have to punt. Back to throw is Perez. With time, guns it, and it's knocked away, nearly makes the play. Beautifully done by the Legends. Make a big stop. I think that was Damian Swan. Just undercuts that throw. Excuse me. 4th and 15 from the 45, and I don't think they're going to try a 62-yarder with Nick Novak. Colton Schmidt on the punted away. Now he's going to have to hope that he doesn't have some crazy... You wonder if the wind is going to be a factor in this punt. No way! What the heck? Well, I chose the weather condition to be windy today, and I don't think I'm ever doing that again. Those poor punters, it's not on them. That's on Madden. So now Atlanta is handed the football at the 40-yard line when they should have been pinned deep. 1st and 10 from the 40. Let's see what Aaron Murray can cook up for this offense that has scored 11 straight points. And Denard Robinson takes it and tries to make a move, but Birmingham's all over it. Good play defensively. The Iron, man, this has been a tough go for them. When it just comes to just getting some bad breaks, some things not going their way. I mean, they've been playing a solid game overall. You've got to find a way to stop Aaron Murray on this drive. They cannot afford to let Atlanta get into field goal range. 2nd and 10 now as time ticks down here in the 3rd quarter. Final play. Once again, Murray takes it himself. Elijah Campbell stops him nicely, and that'll end the 3rd quarter. What a game it has been here in Atlanta. Home opener for the Legends. They are down by 1 point. The Iron lead 20-19 in this massive AAF East matchup between these two teams that both need to make something happen. Both 1-1. Huge 3rd and 8 for the Legends. See what they can come up with. Back to throw with Murray. Big blitz from Birmingham. Lets it go deep. Man wide open. It's complete. Bug Howard to the 35. Wow. Bug Howard has been shut down all day long. But he's got a huge reception there. Goes for over 20 yards. Wide open. Across the middle on a deep cross. And Bug Howard's a guy that he's had a pretty dang good season so far as well. Trying to find his stats here. Oh yeah, he's got 214 yards on the season. Now up over 235 with that reception. Huge third down conversion. Atlanta knocking on the door of taking the lead here in this fourth quarter. 1st and 10. Murray back to throw with time. Got a man and it's caught. 1st down to the 25. That's Irvin Phillips, who's having himself a phenomenal day. And Murray's finally up over 100 yards. Look at that. 78 yards and a touchdown for Irvin Phillips. And Birmingham, they are in trouble right now. Atlanta with a lot of momentum and a big chance to win this game. Back to throw again is Murray. Steps up in the pocket, trying to make something happen. Checks it outside, it's caught. Robinson can't turn upfield, but he picks up about 4. And outside of that first interception for Murray, he's played a good game. Maybe not the flashiest stats, maybe not the flashiest plays outside of that deep pass, but he's done enough to get Atlanta into a position to win this game. Just a really impressive job by your signal caller, and what you want to see from Atlanta's offense. 2nd and 7 now from the 21. And it's tipped up and dangerous. Jamar Summers has been all over the place today. Makes a great play there on a deflection, brings up a big 3rd and 7. And if you're Birmingham, you've just got to hope that you can hold Atlanta to a field goal here. Because at least if Atlanta kicks a field goal, then Birmingham can still win with a field goal. If Atlanta scores a touchdown, Birmingham has to score a touchdown. So, a lot of stuff going on right now. 3rd and 7 from the 21. Blitz from Birmingham. Murray with all day to throw. Man wide open is complete. That's Irvin Phillips. Who else? To the 6. Inside the 10, and Atlanta moves the chains. They're going to take more clock off of the clock. More time off the clock, should I say. 1st and goal coming up from the 6. Birmingham brings the pressure, and it does not pay off. Irvin Phillips, this dude has been uncovered almost this entire game. I mean, Birmingham just cannot continue to let this keep happening, and Atlanta just a couple plays away from reclaiming this lead after not having it since the late 1st quarter. Well, actually early 2nd. 1st and goal from the 6. See what the play call is here. High snap. Give it to Robinson, who goes absolutely nowhere. Birmingham knew that was coming. Pushes him back to the 9. Brings up 2nd and goal. And here's a situation where Birmingham's defense has to step up and make some plays. Create a turnover. Get a sack. That's a big play right there, but they need more of that. They need 2 more plays like that. They want to keep themselves in this game. I feel like if Atlanta scores a touchdown, I don't really see how Birmingham's offense can march back down the field. Score a touchdown. I don't know. Anything's possible. We saw them do it in week 1 against Memphis and win that game after going down 19-18 in the final minute and a half. With that being said, I mean, Atlanta's offense has looked really good, especially in the second half. 2nd and goal now from the 9. On the ground, Robinson with room to run, and what a tackle by Shaheed Salmon. If he did not make that play, that was a touchdown for Robinson. 3rd and goal from the 6 as we approaching 6.5 minutes here in this game. Now we're under it. 3rd and goal. This is a huge play for Atlanta and Birmingham. See what happens. Back to throw with Murray. With time, pressure going to the end zone. It's caught. Touchdown, Atlanta. That is Bug Howard with his first touchdown of the season. And it comes at a perfect time for the Legends, and they reclaim the lead. 25-20, Aaron Murray, after that interception, has come back and thrown 2 touchdowns. He now has 7 on the season. Just a perfect throw. Great execution. Atlanta now with a 5-point lead, 6:10 to go. Just get the feeling that Atlanta has control of this game right now. What a comeback again for the 2nd week in a row. Quick pass, and he's not going to get there. That's a big stop for Birmingham. Nice play. Shuts down the 2-point conversion because now Birmingham can win with a touchdown. They don't need the 2-point conversion. Stanbury not able to get there. But what a drive from the Legends. And it all goes back to their defense making the stop, forcing Birmingham to punt. Then you got a crazy shanked punt because of the wind and Madden and whatever. And then Atlanta just marches down the field with some massive third. They got every single third down on that drive. Every third down. That type of efficiency is what Atlanta needs to see throughout the season. And they are just 6 minutes and 10 seconds away from improving to 2-1 on the season. Fun thing about the simulations is that it doesn't matter what happened in the actual season. Things can change. In Atlanta, they are playing a great game today and a big chance to go 2-1. On the return is Ty Isaac, takes it to 36. So good field position right now for the Iron. Let's see what they can make of it. The offense has not scored throughout this entire second half, and it's an offense that was really cooking there in that first half, and they have not done anything since. We'll see. I mean, they have had opportunities this half to make something happen, and Luis Perez has struggled to make some plays when he's needed to. Let's see what they can come up with. 1st and 10 now from the 36. Back to throw is Perez. With time. Chucks across the middle. That should have been picked off. Khalil Bass knocks that one away, but man. Should have been the second pick of the day. Could have been Perez's 7th interception of the season. Lucky for him, that one got away from Khalil Bass. 2nd and 10 come up from 36, and I mean, if the Iron can't find a way to do something here, I think Atlanta can really just close out this game for good. Low snap. Trent Richardson tries to bounce to the outside, but how about the tackling? They weren't going to let him get it done that time. That's Khalil Bass. He's been everywhere. Almost had that pick and now makes a huge stop. Forces a 2-yard loss. And just terrible execution by Birmingham on a play that really just shouldn't give him yards. Richardson runs into his own man, tries to bounce out of it and can't. And it's just an unfortunate event for the Iron. Brings up 3rd and 12, and they've had a couple nice third down conversions. They've had a couple really bad third down attempts. Well, let's see what they come up with here on 3rd and 12. The key to this play is going to be Perez getting the ball off. Off-play action. Blitz from Atlanta. Gotta get rid of it. Pushes it down the field. It's complete, but Robinson, I don't think he gets the first down. He would have had it with forward progress, but it's 4th and 3. Duran Grant, who had the pick 6 before, was able to close in on that quickly. And Robinson, that is tough. And the problem with this is that Perez leads Robinson back behind the sticks. He was already past the sticks. There's no need to bring him behind. Fourth and 3 from the 43. Do you go for it at this point in the game? But if I'm Birmingham, I'd punt it, and they are. Colton Schmidt to boot it away, and they're going to have to hope that their defense can somehow stop Atlanta, that has scored 17 unanswered points. And of course, with the win, this one goes too far. So here comes Atlanta's offense. Denard Robinson has had a pretty good day overall. 11 carries, 49 yards. And let's see if him and Aaron Murray and this Legends offense can close out this game for their 2nd comeback victory in a row. And it's funny, I mean, the second Birmingham took that 20-8 lead, we were like, hey, don't count Atlanta out. And now, look at the scoreboard. 17 straight points from Atlanta, who just continue to have these comebacks. Murray back to throw. He's got time, wide open man. Justin Thomas to the 38. Atlanta making things happen, and just a beautiful throw from Murray. Wide open in the shallow cross, well, more of a medium cross from Justin Thomas. And the Legends are just finding ways to get the job done here in their home opener. Just a few minutes from going 2-1 on the season, picking up a big win against a rival that they needed to beat. These teams will face off again, I believe, in week 7 or 8, week 8. So that could also be a playoff deciding match. This one and that one. On the ground, Robinson bounces to the outside. Big gain to the 44. Picks up 6, and he's over 50 yards on the day. 2nd and 4. Starting to get the crunch time for the Iron right now. I mean, if they don't stop him now, it's pretty much game over. And with the way Atlanta's moving the football right now, We'll see. What a turnaround, though. After Atlanta couldn't put up any points offensively, they're up. And good tackle there. Big stomp. I think that's Jonathan Massacoy. Steps up and makes a play. Brings up 3rd and 2. This might just be what the game comes down to right now, folks. 3rd and 2 from the 46. We're going to be under 3 minutes once this play is called. This is pretty much what the game comes down to. See what the play call is. Letting all the clock run off. Calls Monte Crockett in motion. Gonna give it to him. And it's not gonna pay off. Big time stop, and Birmingham calls a timeout. That's Elijah Campbell able to get in there and give his Iron another chance here. Wow. So, you think that play worked really nicely. I think it was in the first half. Justin Thomas took it around the edge. They try to do it with Monte Crockett, and it does not work. And Elijah Campbell is having himself a day. 4th and 4, 2 timeouts and 2:38, and now is Nislek gonna have a really unlucky windy punt? Is the question. And no, they give him a really good one. That's weird. On the return is Quan Bray, and he will take it to the 24. So at least we have a fair punt there. 2.5 minutes. Birmingham needs to go 76 yards. And it's all going to come down to Luis Perez. 18 of 26, 2 of 7, 1 and 1. The one big issue for Luis Perez is that he's been very inconsistent today. Let's see what he can make of this one. 1st and 10 from the 24. Goes deep to the sidelines. It's LaDamian Washington to the 35 and gets out of bounds. Beautiful play. It sets up Birmingham. 1st and 10 now from the 35. Tim Lewis, he's got to be pretty stressed out. I mean, his team on the verge of going 1-2 after starting the season 1-0, and against a team that they really, really need to beat right now. They were up 20-8, and they hadn't given up any points defensively, but Atlanta with 17 unanswered points. And now it's going to come down to these final 2.5 minutes. See what they can do. 1st and 10 now from the 35. Back to throw is Perez. With time. Goes deep. We got a man wide open. It's Jamal Robinson into Atlanta territory at the 49. And that'll most likely take us to a 2-minute warning. Birmingham will have 2 minutes to go 49 yards. Couple big throws. Jamal Robinson having himself a nice day. 65 yards receiving. And Birmingham now going to have 2 minutes left to try to score a touchdown and win this game. And after blowing a 20-8 lead, can this offense finally get things rolling? I mean, they have not scored a point here in the second half. It has been all Atlanta. Down by 5, 25-20. We've hit the 2-minute warning. 25-20. Atlanta with the lead. Final 2 minutes of the game. Doesn't really get more exciting than this, and we have had a lot of really close finishes in pretty much every single game of the AAF Simulated so far. It's been a ton of fun. Hopefully, we can at least enjoy this end of the game without some weird, stupid Madden simulation ruining things. We'll see. 1st and 10 from the 49. See the play call is from Lewis. Back to Lewis Perez. Atlanta only brings 3. Wide open man, it's caught. LaDamian Washington inside the 35 to the 33. And Birmingham now is really starting to get into a position where they can win this game. Washington is wide open. He's closed in on 100 yards on the day. And Desmond Lawrence having a hard time shutting him down. Perfectly done there by Birmingham. And now time not as big of a factor. Back to throw is Perez again. Backing up. He's going towards the end zone. Got a man. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Donatello Brown. Did he get both feet in bounds is the question. But if it stands, that is a huge play as Precious threw his 7th pick of the season. He did not have to take an end zone shot there. Wow, this is one of the most athletic plays I've seen from a defender. Perez lets it go. Deep down the field and just kind of through the hands of, I think, Jamal Robinson. Let's get a better look at this here. It's a 50-50 ball, and thing is, does Donatello Brown get his feet down? And I don't know, and this play, it really should honestly go to review. Aaron Murray's really turned this thing around and is not going to review. Wow. Donatello Brown just won this game for the Atlanta Legends. Robinson on the give. Birmingham has to use their second timeout, and that is absolutely heartbreaking. And you think Luis Perez has thrown 7 interceptions this season. He's thrown 5 touchdowns. But after throwing 2 in this game, and Birmingham most likely, I mean, unless a miracle happens, they're going to drop to 1 and 2. Do you take him out and do you put in Keith Price? And that's a question that Tim Lewis is going to have to answer, but what a terrible mistake from Luis Perez that is ultimately going to lose this game for Birmingham. Under a minute and a half to play. On 2nd and 7 as Robinson gets the carry to the outside. That's a first down and more. Robinson down the sidelines to the 45. And that'll completely ice this game. Minute 18, they get a big first down. The Atlanta Legends ready to move to 2-1 on the season. Big time win at home. Denard Robinson really made an impact today. First and 10 coming up from the 45 with a minute 18. Birmingham uses their final timeout, but this game is over. Atlanta with a 17-point run to come back from losing 20-8. And Birmingham was in a position to win it there at the end. They had the ball at the 33-yard line of Atlanta. Minute and a half and 2 timeouts. And Perez did not need to take an end zone shot. He does. He gets picked off. And ultimately comes back to losing the game. And Atlanta is going to improve to 2-1 on the season. Huge win. Murray nails it, and he's just going to need to do that one more time before they can just walk off of this field in victory for the second week in a row. The second comeback victory of the season for Atlanta. As we said, you know, I've said it a couple times this game, but yeah, I mean, they were down 20-9 against San Diego. Came back, won that game 34-28. And here, down 20-8. And they still find a way to come back and win, and it's just really, really, really impressive. Murray takes a knee, and now just let the rest of the time run out. They might come out there in punt formation. Imagine if they actually did punt it away. They don't have to. What a win. And Jen Welter is doing a phenomenal job here in Atlanta, just finding a way to win with her team. And Aaron Murray, props to him after coming out and throwing an interception. Ends up throwing 2 touchdowns in this game. And Atlanta's going to win it here 25-20. They are going to punt it for absolutely no reason whatsoever. This will be the final play of the game. Quan Bray will be taken down, and that will do it from Atlanta. Game over. The Atlanta Legends improved to 2-1 on the season, 25-20 victory over the visiting Birmingham Iron, who have now dropped 2 in a row. They fall to 1-2 and now are in a bit of trouble there in the AAF East. They dropped to 3rd in the division. Duran Grant with that pick 6. That was a huge play for him. Really sparked Atlanta, give them the lead. Then they ended up giving up some more points, but how about the resiliency of the Atlanta Legends to come back and to come out on top? 25-20, put up 9 points there in that second half, shutting down the Iron to nothing. Luis Perez, 7 interceptions, and I really think that he might be benched next week. We will see. But Atlanta, they improved to 2-1, and next week at Arizona, who is 1-2, a team that struggled. Legends certainly have a chance there at improving to 3-1. Meanwhile, Birmingham, they dropped to 1-2, and they've got San Antonio coming to town next week. And the Commanders are one of the best teams in the league. They're 1-1. They play San Diego in the final game, which will be coming up. But yeah, a lot coming down the pipe. But that'll do it for us here at the AAF Simulated. Thank you all for tuning into this game. Hope you enjoyed it. I mean, this one was exciting down to the wire again. A lot of good football on the AAF Simulated. We just love being able to do this and just get this league revived. Bring back the AAF. If you want to go follow us on Twitter, that we really appreciate it. And also it would be helpful for you guys because we post a lot of good information there, stuff that you guys would want to know. Also, make sure to check out the AAF Cheats down in the description below. Gives you all the game stats, season stats, individual player stats, all that good stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Also, as I said, we dropped the merch store, so if you want to go check that out, that would also be awesome. If you guys want to support the channel, you could do that. That'd be phenomenal. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this game. And next time, we have the final game of Week 3, San Antonio Commanders at the San Diego Fleet. Both those teams 1-1. Both those teams looking to get an advantage in the AAF West. It's going to be a good one. We will see.